Today, we are diving into the most tested areas in nutrition, which is vitamins and their deficiency symptoms. It is the most tested areas in nutrition, whether it is rickets, scurvy, or night blindness. In this video, you are going to understand what causes them and remember them easily. So let's get started. And we'll be starting with vitamins. What are vitamins? Vitamins are organic compounds. Vitamins are organic compounds that are needed in small quantities for proper functioning of the body. So vitamins are organic compounds that are needed in small quantity for the body to function well and for the body to stay healthy. So there are classes of vitamins. Vitamins are classified into two types. We have the water soluble, we have the fat soluble, and we have the water soluble. And under the fat soluble, we have vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. ADEC, just easy to remember. It is acronym that will make you remember easily. ADEC for fat soluble, vitamin A, D, E, and K. But for water soluble, we only have two, which is vitamin B and C. Is that clear? For classification under vitamin, we have two types, which is fat soluble and water soluble. Fat soluble, we have A, D, E, and K, and for water soluble, we have B and C. So let's dive into fat soluble. We'll be treating the function and deficiency of vitamins under fat soluble, which consists of A, D, E, and K. So guys, let's get started. So for fat soluble, we have vitamin A, D, E, and K. So let's start from vitamin A. First one is vitamin A. Another name for vitamin A is retinol. Another name for vitamin A is retinol. So the function of vitamin A. We have good vision, healthy skin, and the deficiency of vitamin A. The deficiency of vitamin A is night blindness, dry skin. So once there is, I hope you know the meaning of deficiency. If you don't know the meaning, deficiency means low or lack of something in the body. So when I say deficiency of vitamin A, I mean there is a low or lack of vitamin A in the body. So low or lack of vitamin A causes night blindness, dry skin. The skin will be very, very dry, and night blindness will be difficult for the individual that lack or have low vitamin A to see clearly at night. So for the function of vitamin A, retinol is good vision. It makes us see clearly, and healthy skin. The skin will be very moist and healthy. I hope that is very clear now. And another name for vitamin A is retinol. So let's move to the next one, which is vitamin D. vitamin D. Another name for vitamin D is calciferol. Calciferol. And the function of vitamin D, function of vitamin D, we have strong bone and teeth. And the deficiency, we have rickets in children, rickets in children, osteomalacia in adults. So another name for vitamin D is calciferol. The function include strong bones and teeth. So when there is enough vitamin D, which is calciferol, in the body, there is strong bone. The bones get stronger and the teeth also get stronger. But once there is low or lack of vitamin D, what happens? Rickets in children, osteomalacia in adults, which means the bones begin to get weakened when there is low or lack of vitamin D in the body. So guys, let's move to vitamin E and K. So guys, we've treated vitamin A and D. So we'll be treating vitamin E. And another name for vitamin E is tocopherol. Function of vitamin E include vitamin E serves as an antioxidant. It also protects cell membrane. It functions as an antioxidant and it also protects cell membrane. So the deficiency of vitamin E, it includes weak muscles and infertility. For once there is lack of vitamin E, an individual will not be able to produce, which is the infertility here, and weak muscles. The muscle will be very weakened when there is low or lack of vitamin E, which is the tocopherol. So guys, let's move to the last part on fat soluble, which is vitamin K. This is very popular. Vitamin K is very popular. So another name for vitamin K is phylloquinone. It's very important to note that phylloquinone, that is another name for vitamin K. And the function of vitamin K, it acts in clotting. It aids in blood clotting. And when I say blood clotting, I mean it prevents the body from losing much blood when there is a cut in any part of the body. So the deficiency include excessive bleeding. So guys, when there is lack or low vitamin K in the body, when there is lack or low phylloquinone in the body, there is always excessive bleeding. So when there is a cut in any part of the body, when the vitamin K is low or there is no vitamin K, the the bleeding is very excessive. Is very excessive. So guys, we are done with fat soluble, which is vitamin A, D, E, and K. So let's dive into water soluble, which consists of vitamin B complex and vitamin C. So let's dive into it. So under water soluble, we have vitamin B and C. Vitamin B complex, so we have B complex and C. And under this B complex, let me list it. We have vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B3, vitamin B5, vitamin B6, vitamin B7, vitamin B9, and vitamin B12. So we have 8 vitamin B complex. So we start from vitamin B1. So vitamin B1, and another name for vitamin B1 is thiamine. Thiamine. So the function of vitamin B1 includes production of energy. It includes production of energy production, while the deficiency of vitamin B1, so don't mix it up, we have B1, B2. So the deficiency of vitamin B1 includes berry. I know this is very popular. This is a very popular deficiency, berry. So once you are asked that deficiency of vitamin B1, you should know the answer. The answer is berry. And this berry means low production of energy. So it is very important you are very attentive. And if you are watching up till now and you haven't subscribed, I don't know the reason why you haven't, because it is very important to subscribe now. So once I drop a new video, you will watch it before others that haven't subscribed. So let's get back. So now we've talked about vitamin B1, we'll be moving to vitamin B2. And another name for vitamin B2 is riboflavin. The function of riboflavin is healthy skin and eyes, while the deficiency is cracked lips and sore throat. So once there is enough vitamin B2 in the body, which is also known as riboflavin, there is healthy skin and eyes. The skin is healthy and the eyes is also healthy, which means it will see clearly and the vision won't be blurry. So the deficiency is cracked lips and sore throat. Cracked lips means the lips will be very cracked, and sore throat, we all know that. So sometimes if you are having a sore throat, it might be because of vitamin B2. So guys, let's move to the next one, which is vitamin B3 and vitamin B5. Remember, there is nothing like vitamin B4. So we've talked about vitamin B1 and B2. We are continuing now. So we are continuing from vitamin B3. And another name for vitamin B3 is niacin. So the function of niacin, which is the vitamin B3, include digestion and nerve function. While the deficiency The deficiency is pellagra 3D. Pellagra 3D. I will explain the meaning of pellagra to you guys. And this 3D I will explain to you guys. This 3D represents diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. Pellagra is a deficiency of vitamin B3. So when there is lack or low vitamin B3 in the body, pellagra occur. And this pellagra consists of 3D. It consists of 3D, and the first D is diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. So what's diarrhea? Diarrhea is when an individual is stooling more than thrice in a day, and it can be caused by bacteria. And for dermatitis is when there is a redness in the body, or when there is a part of your body that is itching. When there is itchiness in some area of the body, that is dermatitis. But for dementia is when some parts of one's brain is affected. And when I say it's affected, it affects the reasoning, it affects the thinking, it affects the personal behavior. So this pellagra consists of this 3D. This 3D makes up what pellagra can cause in the body. I hope that is clear. So let's move to vitamin B4. No, there's nothing like vitamin B4. We are moving to what? Vitamin B5. Vitamin B5. And another name for vitamin B5 is pantothenic. So pantothenic. So another name is pantothenic, and the function of vitamin B5 is creating hormones. It also converts food into energy. So the deficiency of vitamin B5 is fatigue, headache, and muscle. We also have muscle cramps. So when there is low or lack of vitamin B5, which is pantothenic, another name for vitamin B5 is pantothenic. When there is lack of vitamin B5, the body tends to receive fatigue, headache, and muscle cramps. So let's move to the next one, which will be on vitamin B6 and B7. Talking next on vitamin B6. We've talked about vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5. So this is vitamin B6. And another name for vitamin B6 is pyridoxine. That's another name for vitamin B6. And the function of vitamin B6 in the body is vitamin B6 function is it aids in RBC formation. When I say RBC formation, I mean red blood cell formation. And it is also essential. It is essential in protein. It's not protein. It's pronounced as protein. The E is silent. It's pronounced as protein. So it is essential in protein and carbohydrate metabolism. and carbohydrate metabolism. So the deficiency include deficiency of vitamin B6 include sore and cracked lip, sore and cracked lips, sore and cracked lips. So when there is low or lack of pyridoxine in the body, there is sore and cracked lips in the body. So let's move to vitamin B7. Vitamin B7. Another name for vitamin B7 is biotin. Biotin. And the function of biotin is, it is also essential. Biotin is essential for metabolizing carbohydrates and proteins in the body. So vitamin B7 is essential for metabolizing carbohydrate and protein in the body. So what is the deficiency? The deficiency of vitamin B7 include hair loss. And another name for hair loss is aposia. When, especially the medical students, when you get to your 100 level second semester, they are going to teach you, it depends on the course you are doing, they are going to explain more of this for you guys. So another deficiency is hypotonia. And hypotonia means low muscle tone. And for high muscle tone, it is called hypertonia. Hypo means low. Anything that is attaching with hypo in biology, it means low, because hypo means low, while hyper means high. So we are done with vitamin B6 and B7. Let's move to vitamin B9. So guys, we are moving to the next one, which is vitamin B9. So vitamin B9. And another name for vitamin B9 is folic acid. So the function of vitamin B9, what it does is that it helps in proper development. Of fetal nervous system. So folic acid really helps in proper development of nervous system, and once there is low or lack of folic acid, that is when the deficiency comes in. The deficiency of folic acid includes anemia, paleness, dizziness. So when there is low or lack of vitamin B9, anemia occur, paleness occur, dizziness occur. Dizziness is when just feel dizzy all the time, just feel like sleeping all the time. And this anemia, it is when there is lack of iron in the body. And paleness, someone just look so dull and weak. So guys, let's move to the last part under vitamin B complex, which is vitamin B12. Another name for vitamin B12 is, if you know it, drop the answer in the comment. Another name for vitamin B12 is cyanocobalamin. That is another name for vitamin B12. So the function includes function of cyanocobalamin include red blood cell production. Vitamin B12 aids in production of red blood cell. Aids in the production of red blood cell. So the deficiency of vitamin B12 include pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia. We no understand it, but this pernicious anemia, you will dwell more on it once you get your 100 level second semester. You dwell more on this pernicious anemia, so you get to understand it. So guys, let's move to the last part, which is vitamin C. Let's move to vitamin C. We've talked about vitamin B complex, which is under water soluble, and we've talked about fat soluble earlier, when I talked about vitamin A, D, E, and K. So we are left now with vitamin C, and after that we are going to treat practice question. We are moving to vitamin C. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is very common and it is very important in the body. So another name for vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid. If you notice, just try to check your drug. You will see vitamin C ascorbic acid there. Check any of your drug at home. Check the liquid one, the one that is always in that small bottle. Check the ingredients made in doing that drug. You will find vitamin C there. So the function of vitamin C, it includes healing wounds. Vitamin C heals wounds and boosts immune system. So that's the function. Vitamin C heals wound and boosts immune system, while the deficiency include scurvy. I know some of you are familiar with the word scurvy. So the deficiency of vitamin C is scurvy. So what are we doing next, guys? We are doing practice question. So far, we've talked about the definition of vitamin C, the classification of vitamin C, and the vitamins under the classification. We have fat soluble and water soluble. So now we are treating practice question. So let's treat this practice question together. Question 1. Which vitamin deficiency causes night blindness? A. Vitamin D, B. Vitamin K, C. Vitamin A, D. Vitamin C. If you are very attentive when I am treating the classification of vitamins, you should be able to answer this correctly. It is the vitamin A that causes night blindness. And what other thing does the deficiency of vitamin A cause? It also causes dry skin. Question 2. Rickets in children by deficiency of A. Vitamin B, B. Vitamin D, C. Vitamin A, D. Vitamin C. So it is the calciferol, which is also known as vitamin D, that the deficiency of vitamin D causes rickets in children, and in adults it causes osteomalacia. For those following, these are sheep questions for those following me. So let's move to the last question. Question 3. The vitamin responsible for blood clotting is A. Vitamin C, B. Vitamin K, C. Vitamin D, D. Vitamin B. Earlier I told you guys the vitamin responsible for blood clotting. The vitamin responsible for blood clotting is vitamin K, also known as phylloquinone. And once this vitamin K, the deficiency, once there is not enough vitamin K, it causes what? It causes excessive bleeding. Question question 4. This should be question 4. So I want you guys to answer this question and drop the answer in the comment section. I already talked about pellagra and also talked about the 3D that pellagra causes in the body. I talked about that. So pellagra is caused by deficiency of A, vitamin B12, B, vitamin B3, C, vitamin B1, D, vitamin D. So drop your answer in the comments. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. If you find this helpful, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.